Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba. Hey there, ladies and folks and gents and non-binary people and agender people and people who don't subscribe to gender as a concept and furries and people who are like Void King and don't even think of themselves as even being a being that is possible to have something that even relates specifically or generally to gender. Welcome back, all y'all! And more than likely just 20 or 30 people who actually end up watching this video over the course of the next year. But I digress! Hello! Welcome back to Hyperlight Drifter. I'm Jake English and we're going through The Forest, not the game, the air. Who? Hello there, friendly lion fellow! Oh, I tried to blow that up to gank your ass, but it didn't work. Ganking your ass. That's okay. Last time I talked about Final Fantasy a bit. Well, a bit for the entirety of the episode. I tried to get to my point as I rambled to and fro. But I should not have done that. That was a stupid thing to do, Jake. Why did you do the stupid thing, Jake? Why couldn't you do the intelligent thing that's not the stupid thing when you did the stupid thing that's not the intelligent thing? Jake? Oh, Jake! Oh, Jakey boy! Oh, Jakey boy! Your thighs, they are so jakey. Oh, I do not know why I instantly started talking about my thighs. Can I? Is there a point for me to be able to? No, it's not. I thought, okay, there has to be some way to get up here to get to that, but I don't know what it is at the moment. Maybe I have to kill. Oh no, I have to activate that thing. Anyways, but yes, LoL, League of Leg Ends. Which are basically feet. Ah! Which are basically feet. Heal. Thanks. Me. It is MOBAs in general. God, what a fucking mess. Alright, I mean, I don't really know where to start up. Was there a point to that other than... Ooh, I hope something didn't rise up. Ooh, actually I have enough money to go do something. Oh, as soon as I get to a warp point, I'll go buy shit. Anyways, yeah, League of Legends. The hell pit of Satan's right ass cheek. That's a horrifying mental image. To think that an ass, pronunciation, a butt cheek can have a pit. That's, I mean, physical deformities are what they are, and I do not shame or think that anyone who has them is disgusting or bad or any way like that. But God, to imagine it visually, from someone who is very sensitive to just imagining mental like body horror shit, God, what a horrid phrase for me to have even conceptualized in the first place. I actually think that I may be making progress here unintentionally, because I thought this was just like a diversionary dungeon, whereas it's a full-fledged fucking forest that may lead to more of the foresty area. Hoo-hoo! Yeah. Oh gods! League of Legends! A slightly, vaguely less tense and stressful place to habitate than the world of Hyperlight Drifter. There's nothing over here. Why do I tried it. I tried getting into it, a long time back. Well, actually not that long back. I think it was actually last summer. And then sporadically before that. And I tried. Boy, oh my god, did I try. I tried all the time in that literal institution. It's not even an institution. If it was an institution, it would get shut down by the federal government in a move that is rare and uncommon for even normally shitty institutions and mental places. Riot does not do a very good job in managing their madhouse, unlike the people who made the Hunter x Hunter anime. A warp spot. Oh well, I'll just actually I'll go back and make sure that there wasn't any. Oh well, let me activate this first. Wasn't anything that I missed when I went down that elevator that led to the forest and the things with the place and the stuff. Anyways, whew, I'm giving myself a workout in my genitals. That means masturbating. I've got one hand on the controller doing all the buttons and the sticks, and another hand firmly around my cook. But yes, what the fuck was I saying? League of Legends, I gave it a try. It's awful and bad and not good. It's so hateful and toxic and not fun, and they're trying to make it more like a sport. Okay, here's the thing. Here's my little diatribe bit. I do not hate MOBAs. Dirk and I, back, gods, that must have been late 2014 to early 2015. There was a MOBA that I was so into called Dawngate. For any of you who know it or play it, you probably really like it. For any of you who don't, it was generally seen in the media as EA, the hell Satan of all gaming companies, as opposed to the heaven Satan of all gaming companies? No, there's nothing over here. But anyways, it was seen as EA's attempt to do a cash grab MOBA, because it was sponsored by EA and people didn't see it as very different. And then anyone who tried to play it and had any experience in things like League of Legends and all that saw it as, it was so unique because it had a very interesting world and a very interesting lore. There were like short, like mini stories, like mini novellas for each of the characters in the game, exploring their backstory, which was fascinating. And they had really strong characterizations and really talented writers. They had beautiful artwork and beautiful skins, and they had a fucking webcomic that ran alongside it. And you know how I feel about webcomics, because basically I exist because of one. To get a little meta here for a moment. They had a beautiful, gorgeous, fascinating, funny webcomic that ran alongside it at the same time. And there were even decisions made in-game based on how many of certain amounts of characters won a certain amount of maps and a certain amount of matches that affected the story of the webcomic and thus the story of the game overall. And thus the story of, like, and if any voice clips got added to be updated with the story. It was fascinating and it was cool. And it actually, as far as the gameplay goes, had a system that played against tropes in MOBAs themselves. Because you guys all know, there are 1.5 million MOBAs out there, all of them trying to capitalize on Dota 2 and League of Legends success. For those of you who know about MOBAs. League of Legends and Dota 2, oh, those things, I do not like them. They're basically the main successful MOBAs. And they are very successful. They can make millions upon millions of dollars for the players in them, for the companies behind them, for anyone involved in them at a high competitive level. They are hugely popular and hugely successful cash cows, and there are many, many companies out there trying to get in on that shit. And they took the people who made Dawngate not only took the way that MOBAs are also basically considered bare bones. Oh, these little bastards. Bare bones, pure sports gaming without any sort of actual meat to the story or to the world building or that sort of thing. That with even less meat than a game like this has, which its plotline is developed and delivered in like world building clips. And people and that sort of thing. MOBAs generally have jack all, and then even for what little story and world building they do have, they forget it and throw it out when it's not useful to the plot or whatever. What the hell is this? Ooh, I found another key. Didn't even know this was here. That's pretty neat. And Dawngate went against all of that, and it had fascinating story and fascinating gameplay. Their fucking, their tagline was break the meta, I believe. And the meta, for those of you who are not familiar with MOBA jargon, is basically, this is what professional players do in the game. This is what players who make money off of this game do, and thus this is what everyone should do when playing this game. And their idea was, no, we are going to make a game that allows you to play however you want, in whatever way you want, whatever character you play as, so that even if there is, like, these are the most successful and most popular ways to play this specific character, this specific subset of characters, you could break that and do it completely differently and still be successful. And I think that's something that is a basic gameplay trope of play however you want and still be able to have a good time, that MOBAs in general forget. And certainly that League of Legends forgets, because, again, it's trying to make itself more of a sport, to be more successful and more profitable, in a sporting style. Oh fuck, I'm gonna die! I'm gonna die while talking about LoL, which is not uncommon to anyone who has anything to do with LoL! Not, ooh, I can run into people and attack them that way. Oh Christ! Oh, banana slugs, oh, giant fuzzy tummies, tummy. Oh, I'm not talking about the artist who worked on Undertale. I'm talking about delicious, wonderful, soft bellies that are really cute and sexy and lovely. And I just got encased in crystal and lost half of my health. That's nice. But yeah, MOBAs in general are shit, and League of Legends is shit, and it's trying to become more sportsy and professional, and personally I just see that as it moving away from something that's like a very popular thing for a niche crowd like gamers, quote-unquote gamers, which is basically bro-style shit tier peeps. No offense to anyone who likes LoL. I'm straying from my point. Basically, it's getting less and less creative and more this is how you have to play the game, and people who can master this specific set of sub-skills are going to be really good at it, and everyone else is going to be really shit at it. And I think that's a shitty way to play. And Dawngate, which was cancelled by EA because it wasn't profitable. Surprise, surprise, because again, it wasn't promoted, and it wasn't well received by the media, etc. It was cancelled, and EA is shit, and MOBAs in general are shit, and League of Legends is shit, and Hyper Light Drifter is fun, and next time on Hyper Light Drifter, I will be talking more shit on more things, and you will be listening to it, maybe. I hope so. If you are, then I'll see you then. And if you're not, then I'll see you then. Just in a less direct way than you know. Ooh, I got to a really nice deep register then. Alright, bye! And another sip of my tea to rest my weary chords.